Right, here we go everybody. I've just got all the chopped ingredients inside the pan. That's my favourite, because I'm being chefy tonight. That's my chef toss. Now I've got the 2 peppers in there and the onions. I'm going to add in the mushrooms. I've been careful with the mushrooms to make sure they're all equally sized, so that way they'll all cook at a similar rate. The veg I've tried to chop up as best as I could, but if I had some Hexclad knives, hint hint Hexclad, I've invested in you in the full pan set, so one day I hope you invest in me. So that's the mushrooms now in. So I'm going to let those just come up to where they look cooked, and then I'm going to add the prawns, the scallops, and last of all I'm going to add the cauliflower rice. So stay tuned and we'll show you how we get along. Right, thanks for staying tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I've now got the pan up to temperature. That's in with the scallops. I'm going to just keep turning these over for 4 minutes. Alexa, time 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the raw prawns. What you're going to do with fish cookery, everything cooks at different times. These are about 8 minutes in the pan. The prawns are only about 4 minutes in the pan. So just keep giving these a good old turn. As you can see, mushrooms starting to really get cooked nicely. I want a bit of caramelization, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some stock. There is the cauliflower rice. I'm going to add this. I'm going to put the stock in, put all the fish ingredients in, and reduce down. But we don't want the scallops like bullets, nor the prawns. Then after that, I'm going to do some hake, and then we are going to then do the monkfish medallions in the pan. I'm going to deglaze the pan and then add that also to the wok. So stay tuned and we'll add in the raw prawns very shortly. Just turning the hob down to 5. With the Hexclad pans, you have to be very careful because they heat up very quickly. They really do retain heat, so they're good if you need to let something rest. Absolutely perfect. So I'm starting to really get used to the Hexclad pans now. Just going to reduce this down because I'm happy with the cook. Going to now add that's just organic chicken stock. And that's the cauliflower rice, all in the same wok together. So we're just going to let that all cook through, reduce down slightly. As I say, it's not a real paella, that's obviously made with paella rice. I believe it's really difficult to do. One day, I'll never know how I might make that. So you need to keep turning your scallops. Again, we want a nice caramelization on it, as you can see. What I'm cooking with tonight is I'm using olive oil, because it will stand round about temperatures about 180, so I shouldn't be going beyond that. Just going to add some lemon juice, which should help to bring out the flavour of the fish. The cauliflower rice as well is really easy to keep in. You can just microwave it, but some parts of it were still frozen to the bowl. That's the scallops looking good. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 30 seconds left on your 4-minute timer.
Perfect. So I'm now going to add the prawns. Alexa, cancel timer. Alexa, time 4 minutes. So that's the prawns and the scallops in the pan. We want to just get these to a nice light pink. Over here I've got some, that is some Cajun spices. They're just from Aldi, which they were on special, so I bought about 20 packs because we really like the spice. Obviously with it not being real paella, it's going to be difficult to get that intense flavour into the dish. So I'm going to cheat a little bit by adding some nice herbs and spices, and as I say, we really love the Cajun. So just keeping the prawns going. I think this is not going to end up a short now, so this is going to go on the full channel. I'll do a link to it. So just keep everything simmering away. I'm just going to up the heat a bit, not the heat. Just going to add a little bit of lemon juice. Bit of a chefy thing to do. So next you'll be seeing is the prawns and the scallops going into the reduction that I've got on here. As just to repeat again, we've got mushrooms, we've got peppers, we've got our cauliflower rice, we've got about 300 millilitres of organic chicken stock, and then as I say, the cauliflower rice, a little bit of garlic as well. So stay tuned, and we'll then add the prawns, add the scallops, and then we'll cook off the hake, which we'll put aside to rest, and then we'll cook the medallions of monkfish. So I think that's the prawns really looking good. I added the Cajun spices, and if you look at that, that really looks like the texture of paella. That's going in. Oh, bit of stick there on the Hexclad pan, that's the first. There you go, took very little. As you can see, I'm getting a nice caramelization there. I'm just going to add a little bit more oil. Swirl it around. And now we're going to go in, skin down, with the hake. This is going to be an 8-minute cook. 8-minute cook, sorry. And I'm just going to put the lid on as well. So I'm just going to serve those on the side of the, as I say, paella type, your own invention, with cauliflower rice. I'm sure it's probably done before, but this is my little take on it. I'm going to turn that right down now because it's really starting to thicken up. Might add a little bit more water. While the hake is in cooking, I'm now going to prepare the monkfish medallions, and that's going to go in while the hake is resting. See you shortly. For some reason this might end up as the second part. I'll press the button. As I say, I'm not editing all of this. So that's been in now for 4 minutes. I'm just going to give it a turn. Over it goes. And then back on with the pan lid. I'm just going to reduce the temperature down a bit more. So I think it's cooking a bit too quick. Obviously I've put a lid on. So the paella is looking really good, or paella, depending how you say it. Don't have a clue. Hope to one day live in Spain, but I'll get my pronunciation right then. So stay tuned. And as I say, we'll be doing the monkfish medallions once the hake is put aside. Right, that is the hake done now. I'm having to go left-handed with the camera. straight onto a preheated baking sheet, and it's just going to go in the oven just to keep warm and to rest. So that's done. Reason I'm using my left at the moment is it is covered in breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to turn off the hob on the left hand side. There's my mix still looking good. So to make these medallions, you take your monkfish medallions, dip them into your seasoned flour. Inside of here I've just got some salt, bit of pepper, bit of my usual Santa Maria rub, sorry, seasoning. Then it's into the messy bit, which is dip into your egg, and then it's over to your seasoned breadcrumbs. Inside of here I've got thyme, turmeric, salt, pepper, bit of garlic, and panko breadcrumbs. What I'm doing after I've breaded them, I'm just transferring them onto my fish board. So next you'll be seeing me is me cooking the monkfish medallions, and we'll show you the results. Stay tuned. Right, because we were hungry and obviously I'm messing about doing YouTube, I've just basically ate the hake. Try and say that without your teeth in. So that was absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning, beautiful fish. I'm now a hake convert. So inside of here now, these are the famous monkfish medallions that I've heard all about. These have got the old herbs and spices as I described before. So I'm just cooking this off nice and gently, 4 minutes either side. What you're looking for is just a nice light golden brown. What you don't want to do is over cook them. So I've just turned that over a little bit and it's still a little bit light. I've put in a little bit more oil than I normally would. As I say, it's just the olive oil, and that is good enough for your 180, which, you know, should be there or thereabouts, I would have thought here now. So I'm just cooking that gently down, and we've set a timer for 4 minutes. So I'm going to turn these over and we'll do the review once they're cooked. Well, that's a few of the monkfish medallions out. Hexclad pan did really well. As I say, I'm going to make mistakes because it's the first time I've cooked. Crispy, looks really good. If you look inside, that's nice because there's no shiny translucent bits from what I've seen on MasterChef. That's what you're looking for with monkfish. You don't want any shiny bits. Just gonna give it the old try now. Cuts through really, really easy, really crispy. That seems to be what all the chefs do. So, gotta say they're an absolute success. If I was doing this again, I'd probably use a little bit more salt. So this has been Colin from the Wood Food Guide on a Friday night. Alexa off. That's me, Alexa Timon, telling me my second batch of the medallions are nicely cooked. So this has been Colin on the Wood Food Guide, trying out making my own version of paella, trying to fry off hake, and making monkfish medallions. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. If we don't speak to you for the rest of the weekend, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. I'm sure you've earned it. And just for my boss and the Scottish brethren from the company, come on, Scotland.